Hello, sports movie fans, and welcome to Locker Room Flicks Podcast. I'm your host, Frank Sullivan. With me is my co-host and my uncle, Frank Darling. Frank, how are you today?
Good. Cloudy day today. Might get some rain. Should be about 80 degrees, though. That's the warmest it's been in a while. So, but it's been kind of nice. You know how it is to get a little breather.
Sunny Florida. Yeah.
Yeah. How is it there? Is it like in the 40s, 50s?
Cold. It's getting colder. It's
cold.
Yeah, like 30s, 40s. Yeah, I think yesterday got to like high of 41 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Just another day in November.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So you have to bear with me because I just kind of going over a little cold, but I'll try to do the best I can.
Yeah, we can. When you're ready, we can get right into it. If you want.
This is our holiday edition, I guess you want to call it, our Thanksgiving episode.
Yes. It is, and once we start, I did a little homework. This is on there's a lot of lists for Thanksgiving movies. This is number 8, so that's pretty impressive. So,
yeah. I know. I did see that. There's a few other ones, too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I thought that was pretty impressive. So, if you want, we'll get going with it.
Yeah, let's hit it up. Let's get right into it.
Okay, here we go. This is the movie we picked for Thanksgiving, this Thanksgiving week. Was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Released on November 25th, 1987. It had a budget of $15 million. The opening weekend was $7 million and a gross of $49.5 million worldwide. It was directed by John Hughes. We'll get back to him, too, in that. And was starring John Candy as Del Griffith, Steve Martin as Neil Page, and Layla Robbins as Susan Page. The simple synopsis: a Chicago advertising man must struggle to travel home from New York for Thanksgiving with the lovable oaf of a shower curtain ring salesman as his only companion. Awards, he didn't win, but John Candy did in 1988 get a nominee for American Comedy Award, Funniest Actor in a Motion Picture, leading role. I don't know who won it, but he did get nominated. The runtime was 1 hour and 33 minutes. I watched it on Paramount Plus, and I think you did too. Right?
Yes. Yep, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So here we go. This is the best part. It's Frank's 5 fun facts. Let's see what you got, Frank.
Now I'm sure you look too. There's a lot of stuff on this.
I get it. You got to dig through
it. So my first fact is John Hughes wrote the first draft of the screenplay in 3 days. His average writing time for a screenplay in those days were about 3 to 5 days, with rewrites and stuff. But can you imagine that's how long it?
That's amazing when you think about it.
We'll get into him a little bit more, but John Hughes, rest in peace,
he's a legend, baby. Yeah,
absolute legend. Yeah, we'll get more into him later. Fact number 2, John Hughes originally wanted Tom Hanks for the role of Neil Page and John Travolta for the role of Del Griffin.
Yeah.
But Hanks was unavailable because he was shooting big, and Paramount executives, because this is a Paramount Plus movie, that's why I was afraid, because it's the studio is Paramount.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The executives didn't want Travolta in the movie because he was considered box office poison at the time.
Well, that's interesting.
So I don't know.
I don't. He's done a lot, so I don't know what movies that were. There's a couple of clunkers, maybe. That's maybe what it was.
Yeah, I don't know, but whatever. I don't know if I see John Travolta playing either one of those guys.
No, I agree totally.
Hanks, sure. I can see Hanks doing doing one, but yeah. Fact number 3, Elton John and lyricist Gary Osborne were commissioned to compose the theme song for the movie.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Very interesting.
They had nearly written... I'm sorry. They had nearly completed writing it when just 2 days before they were going to record, Paramount Pictures issued a last-minute demand that the original song master become property of the studio. Elton John's recording company, Polygram, would not allow this because he was under a obligation through his other company
Okay.
Paramount and Polygram could not reach a deal, so they opted out, and that's when they decided to go with Paul Young's "Every Time You Go Away" as the movie's theme song. So,
okay. So Elton John originally was the one that was gonna. He was gonna do. Okay, I got it.
A little more star power, I guess, huh?
Yeah, yeah. But it worked out good though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Fact number 4: John Hughes shot over 600 feet of film.
That's a lot of film.
It's almost twice the industry average. The rumored 3-hour version of the film does indeed exist, although not in order. It was allegedly a mess, and the footage would have taken months and even years to go through it all.
Wow.
I guess it says it's locked away in a Paramount vault.
Wow, that's crazy. 3 hours. That's another hour and a half. Wow.
I was going to say, because it was a shorter movie. It was an hour and a half.
It was, though. But it was a good hour and a half, though.
Well, and I think I think we realized with that time frame and some of those character people improv.
Oh, no doubt about it.
So I'm sure they just film and kept filming, and they would just kind of go off on,
Yep, I agree totally with you. Yeah, I'm sure all that wasn't scripted. I'm sure they threw some stuff in there. And
absolutely.
Keep it in there. Yeah.
Yeah. And my last fact is kind of what you were talking about a little earlier. Movie critic Roger Ebert gave this movie a 3.5 out of 4 stars in his original review in 1987. In a follow-up review in 2000, he gave it 4 out of 4, and includes this on his great movies to watch almost every Thanksgiving.
Oh, so wow, that's pretty good.
That's why I figured I would put that down there.
Yeah, Roger and Ebert. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty good. Those 5 facts are really good. They're interesting. I read a lot of them, but I didn't see everything. So a few of those I didn't know. I didn't know about Elton John. I didn't know that. So he was the one that was going to do it, but contractual things, I guess.
I think I saw another thing was they think they wanted what's the guy from Honey I Shrunk the Kids?
Oh, Rick Moranis.
Yeah, I think they wanted him for one of the roles too.
I know. But John Travolta, I didn't get that at all. But whatever.
No.
That's their business. Yeah. That was crazy, but yeah.
All right, let's get into the movie now.
The movie was so.
How do you want to dissect this? Because you've seen this movie before, correct?
Oh yeah, many a times. I
have too.
I don't think Linda's ever really saw the whole thing. She watched the whole thing with me.
Yeah,
it's not really her cup of tea, but she kind of enjoyed it. I think she got a kick out of it. Yeah.
You know what? I don't want to go too far off. It's John Candy. He plays such this lovable character, and you fall in love with the guy, even though
he does.
It's just nuts.
Yeah, and he gets beat up, the poor guy.
Oh, it's kind of messed up. Steve Martin. He goes in on him multiple, and it's messed up. You feel real sad for him.
You do. You really do, because you put yourself in that spot, and that scene in the hotel where he did all that to him. That was brutal.
Yeah,
that was really brutal. But once again, it makes the movie. It's good writing, no doubt about it. Yeah, it's a sad part, but what are you gonna do?
When we talk about writing, John Hughes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying he's done just about every comedy in the 80s.
Home Alone's, Breakfast Club, Weird Science, Uncle Buck. You can go on and on and on. It's insane.
Yeah.
But I noticed I didn't even have to do this because I knew it. I kind of knew this. Most of his movies, 90% of them are with teenagers. This is one of the very few ones what he did with just 2 older films.
That's true.
Yeah, he took a shot, I guess, and it worked for him.
Pretty in Pink.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to see
you can go through the whole list, man. I've seen every one of those, too.
I know.
He did
a lot of the Beethovens. I don't even remember watching those, to be honest with you. But
yeah. Unbelievable. Like you said, he died. He was only 59 when he died. What a shame.
Yeah, what did he die of? I'm trying to.
I didn't see that part, but I know 50. I think he was born in 50. He died in 2009. Am I right? I think so. I think that's when he died.
Yeah, I'm kind of briefly
very talented guy. Probably cancerous, some killer that kills you early.
Yeah, he had a heart attack.
Okay, that or a heart attack, I should say. I think everybody dies of a heart attack. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you notice a lot of the actors in his movies are in this one too?
Yes.
A lot of the guy he's sitting on the plane with.
Yes.
Next to him is the old guy. He's sleeping on him. He's in Home Alone.
He is. Yeah, he's. I noticed that. Yep, he's there.
The rent-a-car clerk. That woman is. What's she in?
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller. Yes. Yep, she's in that. And then, hey, a shout out to these guys. Kevin Bacon. I know it was a quick part, but it started the show off really good, though. Started the movie off pretty cool.
I didn't realize why he had him in there. It's kind of interesting.
I don't know. Well, Kevin Bacon. Let's see, 87. He's young then. He's probably. Did he do Footloose then? Might have did Footloose back then. So he was maybe a. I don't know. Maybe you know what they do a lot of times. A lot of times they'll say, they might have a favorite actor. Hey, Kevin, you want to do the part to start? Chasing Steve Martin to the car. Michael McKean. He was from Laverne and Shirley. A couple of these people you probably don't know. Dylan Baker's been in everything. He's all grown up now. He's just a kid in there. That's the one that was that was driving the truck with the spitting and everything.
Okay.
Dylan Baker. He's only a kid in that, but
today,
he's still in movies today. But he's he's like a C actor. And then Charles Tyner. He's been in all kinds of stuff. Charles Tyner was in The Longest Yard.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Yep.
That's just a shout out to those guys.
Did you catch one of the kids? One of Steve Martin.
Yeah.
What it is?
Who is that?
It's Matthew Lawrence.
It's
one of the Lawrence brothers.
Oh, I thought it was
from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, okay. I thought so. I knew that. I told Linda, I know this kid's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know his brother, both of his brothers. Because that's one of the other podcasts I listen to. Him and his two brothers have a podcast together, and it's a lot of interesting. You'd actually enjoy that one too, because especially when you, again, in the '80s, Joey Lawrence was a hit, when he was in Blossom, and he goes over, what his famous catchphrase, how that came upon, and I didn't realize too that Joey Lawrence was on the Carson show when he was a kid. He was doing singing and tap dancing.
Was he really?
Look that video up on YouTube. It's quite a gem. He's got to be like 3 or 4 years old.
Oh my God! On Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
Wow. What's the website? What's the podcast? What's it called? Do you know?
Brotherly Love Podcast.
Oh, Brotherly Love Podcast. Okay.
Yes.
That's pretty interesting.
If the brothers are listening and we know you are, we'll give you a shout out.
You're right there. Hang in there.
Yeah.
Frankie's on his last leg here, so just hang in, everybody.
I'm getting a cramp on my. Anyways. But yeah, no, there's a ton of people in this, especially in the background too.
Yeah, there is a lot of people in it. Everybody that was in it. The guy that's in the hotel when he gives them the 3 cards that are all burned up. He's in all kinds of stuff. I mean, these are all. John Hughes took care of everybody. He puts everybody in those spots.
Yeah,
similar to Sandler of today. He puts all his buddies in the movies.
Very true.
But, I think that they were saying too, John Candy and Steve Martin's favorite film of their own. That's interesting. Very interesting.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Steve Martin didn't make a real lot of movies. He really didn't. John Candy made a lot more than him. But Steve Martin was more of stand-up and stuff like that. So
yeah. Huh.
John Candy started out in Second City TV. I don't know if you knew that in Canada.
No.
Yeah. You remember Stripes? Stripes with Bill Murray and the Jewish guy he's with, I can't remember his name. He just passed away. From
Ramis.
Ramis. Well, him and Harold Ramis used to do Second City TV together.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. So, Second City TV was like Saturday Night Live, but in Canada.
Okay. Before. Right.
Yes. That's where they all came from. Most of those people.
Yeah. Trying to think. How do you think they came up with him being a shower ring curtain salesman? What an odd thing.
I don't know, but that was...
Was that a thing back then? No, couldn't have been.
I don't know. There was a lot of flim-flam mans back then, though. There really was. People that did that stuff. So he had no place, he had no place to go, I guess. So he went all over the country. That's how he knew everybody.
I know, he knew everyone.
Not for nothing. If it wasn't for him, Steve Martin would still be in St. Louis.
Oh, I know.
Really.
Yeah.
You got to look at both sides of that. It was kind of interesting. Every place they went, he figured out, I know Joe here. He'll help us out.
Yeah.
And he did.
It was interesting to hear, like, their flight. So they went from New York.
Right.
All the way to, because they were going from New York to Chicago, right?
Right.
So they went all the way to, like,
I
see, like, they went, like,
they went to St.
roundabout way.
Well, I know they were in St. Louis because they even said it. It shows it on the screen. St. Louis.
Yeah.
They went to St. Louis. So
they went, like, to St. Louis to I think I'm going through, Wichita.
Yeah, went to Wichita because
they went, like, the most roundabout way to get there.
Yeah, that's Kansas.
Yeah.
So they went, well, they probably went Midwest because it was probably warmer and it probably wasn't snowing there. So they went there. Yeah, I know. It was crazy the way it was working, though. I mean, the way, all the stuff. How about, you got to admit, though, you mentioned it before. How about that rental scene where the F word was used?
Oh, he drops the F-bomb. He changed.
Oh.
I mean, it changes the movie. If you really wanted to market this movie to, like, I don't want to say you don't want to market it to kids, but, like,
No.
That if you cut that scene out, that takes the movie from, like, rated R to PG or PG-13.
You're exactly right.
Because he drops about what, 20 F-bombs in 1 minute.
Very good. Yeah, 19 of them. Yeah, and I guess it was easily been rated PG or PG-13 by MPAA, but if it weren't for this one scene, like you just said, definitely, no doubt about it. When I first watched it and I saw that, I said, "Wow, this is pretty intense here."
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, I couldn't blame him though. Really.
Oh, I know.
That's aggravating.
I mean, you're traveling 2 days before Thanksgiving. I mean, come on.
I know. Got to do your homework. I guess he didn't. How about in the beginning scene? Even the beginning scene is great, where he's sitting in the office and he's waiting. The guy's looking at the paper. I don't know. Does it look good? And they're sitting there waiting to get out of there. Oh my God! It's
a little far-fetched. He was having trouble finding a taxi, though. I mean, it's like a billion taxis, but
there is a billion taxis. Yeah, he steals it on him.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's funny. Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Let me see here.
Yeah,
I got again. This is a thing of the times because this was made in '88. So they had the payphones. They had how about that coin-operated bed? I think that was funny.
Yeah, that was in the day. That was something very popular.
Really?
I don't know if they have that. Yeah. Oh yeah, they had that. A lot of those hotels, motels, I should say, not hotels.
Yeah.
We were in a couple of them. we didn't use the bed, but with the kids and stuff. I mean, when we first started, doing that kind of stuff, we stayed at some motels, not hotels. So didn't have the money to stay at hotels. So.
Oh, I know. I met because I was like, how much could it be for the night? And it was $42.50. I was like, Jesus.
$42.50. You can't even get anything for that now.
No, not at night.
I know. Did you see the people though? Dudley Moore, Bill Murray, and Robin Williams. I was reading this. Were considered for the role of Del Griffith, and Chevy Chase and Michael Keaton were Batman.
Yeah.
Were both considered for the role of Neil Page. So. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But definitely the best scene in the movie, as far as I'm concerned.
Is what?
The pillow scene.
The pillow scene?
Pillow.
Oh, when you wake up?
Where's your other hand?
Oh, where's your other hand?
Pillows.
Yeah. And they get up and start talking like masculine, like, yeah.
That's what I remember from the movie. That's the most, Linda got a kick out of that. It's so funny. Why are you kissing me? Why are you holding my hand?
Yeah. No, that was funny.
They must have had a ball making it.
I thought one of my favorite scenes was when they're on the bus singing.
Yeah.
And he starts singing some random song. I forget what the hell song it was.
Three coins in a fountain. Yeah, Frank Sinatra. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for that. Not for that type of people. Anything.
Not for that type of people. The Flintstones. You know what's funny about that? The Flintstones. We're talking about it. That was Naughty loved the Flintstones.
Really?
A lot of people don't know that. Linda told me that. Yeah, she loved it. Never watched it, but she loved the Flintstones.
Really?
She just liked the characters. Yeah. How do you like that?
Never knew that.
It's an oldie. It's a little trivia there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that whole hotel scene was hilarious. The whole when they were in the hotel, that was hilarious.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
The first night, right?
Yeah, the first night.
Where
where towels
you use all the towels.
Yeah, the bear on the bed and all that stuff.
He ended up getting robbed in the middle of the night. That was a little far-fetched to him.
Far-fetched. Those doors they had on those were garbage. Anybody could fix it.
I'm sure they definitely could, but I mean,
I know.
they were just for them to sneak right in, right next to. Imagine that.
I know. That's a good one. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's definitely. It's probably one of the better scenes. But again, is that where he goes off on him?
Yes, it is. So it's right near the end. It's the end of the scene, basically, and then he finally. Yeah, that was.
He was mean, though.
Yeah, that was horrible. He buried him right there.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I like what John Candy said. Well, that's who I am. I'm not making up nothing. I'm not fake. That's me, and I like that.
Yeah.
It's very, what do you call it for me? I watched this a couple times. As, you know yourself. You're pretty sensitive too. It was a little tough. Couple of the scenes watching it. I love John Candy, and he passed away young. He was only 44.
Oh, I know.
And it really was touching. It was a good pick by you, but it's tough to watch some of those scenes. I mean, I know it's a movie, but it's tough to watch.
Yeah.
Because I think of him being gone, and it's kind of
It's sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because we were watching last night because we've been doing all the holiday stuff. We were watching.
Right. Excuse me.
8 Crazy Nights with Adam Sandler.
Yes.
It was obviously it was a comedy. And then I got into the when he started singing the song at the end, and then I was telling him about. Did you hear Adam Sandler, sing a song about John Candy?
No.
I'm gonna send you that on through message.
Does he really?
Message. Yeah, he made a song about John Candy, and it's funny, but again, it's sad. It's a tribute to him. Nice.
That's real nice.
I'm gonna send you a few videos after this. Can you look at your videos on your phone? If I send you a link through YouTube.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm gonna send you. I want to send you that, and it's such a sweet tribute to him, and it's just. And again, it's a shame because these guys were so talented and they died so young.
Yeah, I know.
For whatever the case, whether it be drugs or health problems.
Yeah, he was a big boy. He didn't take care of himself very much.
Yeah, I saw that in a fact for John Candy is they had, I guess they bought a whole home gym for him to use. I guess. Bench thing, a treadmill, and I guess Steve Martin said he didn't use it at all.
He didn't use it at all. But I guess there was a part where, I don't know what movie it was, but he did lose 100 pounds, supposedly.
Really?
I don't know what movie that was, but he lost 100 pounds. But he had so much against him, the drinking, the smoking. I don't know if you knew this, too. He owned a Canadian football team, which I never knew that.
No.
He owned the Calgary something from the Canadian football. That's when Canadian football is pretty popular.
Really?
He owned the team, yeah. He was big into that stuff. He knew Michael Jordan, all those people. He was really
Was he Canadian?
That. Yeah, I never knew that. Oh, I never knew he owned those teams. Yeah,
it's funny. In one of the magazines, you should catch that. It said Canadian Mounted Magazine. He's reading on the plane. It's like
I did catch that. Yes.
Yeah.
He was in Canadian Bacon. He was in a lot of stuff. But like I said, he died making Way Out West. That's when he died. Down on the set, actually, not at the set, but he died while they were making.
Well, and being an actor, it's like it's such a. Is that they have these long schedules and they get paid a lot, but I mean, ultimately there's times when they're on set, especially if you're a main character, you're on set for 10, 12 hours a day, sometimes even more.
Yeah.
And then forget if you got to do, like, I know I don't know. We'll get into the holiday movies, but when Jim Carrey was talking about the being in the Grinch suit,
Right.
did you hear all of that? How awful it was? He said it felt like being buried alive.
He said he was in it for like 6-7 hours, right? And it took the
Yeah.
process took forever to do.
They had to bring a special ops guy to teach him torture tricks. To
Really?
Because
Oh, I
that's
didn't know
how
that.
bad the thing, like all that makeup and stuff on it.
Yeah.
He said it was awful. They would teach him. He'd smoke a lot, and it was like little tricks where he'd like pinch himself. Like it was just nuts to hear about all that.
Wow. You don't see it because you're watching the movie and don't realize how much it takes out of it. Yeah,
Takes a toll.
A lot of people do a lot of things. I mean, if you ever see his kids, John Candy's, they're all grown up now. I forgot. One's, you'd know if you see them, you know they're his kids. He's got a daughter.
Really?
I think her name is Jennifer. I think I'm not positive. And he's got a son. They're very close in age, and they both do things. I mean, they do comedy. They've done some shows and stuff, but they look just like him. So
Really?
it's
I'll
pretty.
have to
At
look
least
that up.
it's something for them to do. They're out there, So they've talked about their father a few times too in interviews and stuff. So it's kind of nice. And then of course we can't forget what's his name, the other actor there, the other actor, Steve Martin.
Oh, I know. It's kind of like, not to say we don't talk enough about him, but it's just because John Candy was that big, lovable guy, it's kind of hard to.
Yes, right.
He's billed second, but let's be honest. I mean,
I know. Yeah, I know.
He's not. You could easily replace Steve Martin.
Yes, I agree totally with you. You're saying what you're saying? You said replace him? Yeah.
Yeah, you could easily replace Steve Martin.
Yeah, you could have
with Tom Hanks or whoever.
Yeah, I agree totally with that. But John Candy, I don't think so. I don't. You're not going to find a lovable guy like that with that comedic ability. I don't think you're gonna. I just don't see it. Let's see what else we got here. It was I put this down. The movie depicts typical scenarios for the Thanksgiving Day holiday. It's crazy. It's nuts. That's a tough time of year. It's just crazy. Traveling or doing any of that stuff. That's why I don't do it.
Well, traveling, it's just you have to prepare. That's why you guys are well prepared. You know, this is when you're going to be here. This is and 2 days you would think would be enough time to travel, but it's
shit happens. Aggravation. Yeah.
I mean, if anything, he could have just drove from New York to Chicago. I never thought of that.
I
mean, that's what, like 8-hour drive? Less than that.
Yeah, it's fine. I think you take Route 80, I think, actually, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a straight drive, really. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. That's true. Yeah. You notice John Hughes, too. He uses a lot of... They all did back then. Because I guess the tax-wise, you didn't get taxed as much. All the movies are in Chicago, a lot of those.
Yeah, I did see that. He filmed.
I didn't realize that. It's some kind of a tax break, I think. In Connecticut, never had it. That's why.
Even in Canada too, it's cheaper to film.
Is it? Yeah.
You know, in Canada, that's why a lot of films will do interior shots. I know, right. Yeah. Interior shots in Canada or wherever the case, and then all the exterior ones they shoot like where they need to shoot.
I guess most of these shots though were in New York though. That's what I was.
Yes.
They weren't in Chicago, but whatever. But yeah. And then Connecticut finally let that up about 20 years ago, I think, and now that's why there's a lot of filming in Connecticut now. I guess it's a tax break. Yeah, I always wonder why they never filmed in Connecticut. I mean, seriously, I never understood why. You would figure it's pretty laid back. You don't have anybody beating on your door for. I know. I mean, but that's what it is. It's a tax thing. I never knew that. Yeah, I never understood how it works. So, hey, how about that one where he's selling the shower rings to make money for earrings and all kinds of stuff. I thought,
right?
What?
They do. They do.
I thought that was genius in the show. I mean, to do that. I mean,
I agree. Yeah.
And Steve Martin's just sitting around doing nothing, and he's paying for the breakfast and everything.
They had a lot of shower rings in that big trunk, huh?
Well, that was, that's the scene you don't think, this is something you usually would say. That trunk was his life. That's pretty much
true.
what it was. He lived his life in that trunk, pretty much, because he had no place to stay. So I didn't pick up on that about till about halfway through it when I first watched it. I didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
I'd never seen the movie before, so I don't know.
I know. It's kind of... That's I would say, I don't know. I was trying not to tear up a little bit because...
Yeah, it's tough. That's tough.
He's on the train and he's putting two and two together.
Yeah.
And then he just sees him there, just sitting there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's good. You're right. That's a good scene. But it's a tough scene, too, yeah. She died, I think, 8 years ago, he said.
Yes.
That's horrible. Yeah, that's horrible. But, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. How about the car catching on fire?
That's not... We haven't even talked about it, really. That's where he's driving. The car catches on fire. How about when they're going the wrong way?
Oh, don't do that to me.
And he's like, you're drinking.
You're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hysterical.
the cop pulls him over. He's like, do you know how fast you're going? He's like, well, you see, officer, the speedometer is all burnt up. So, no, actually, I don't have no idea how fast we were going.
And John Candy, a perfect straight man, saying it. He goes straight face and said that.
Yeah.
It's so fun. How about when he's messing with the seat? The back.
He knew that was going to happen.
He was a pain in the butt, though. He was. He'd drive you nuts. He's in a bad member. He's clearing his throat. And geez, I would have killed him.
He's like, I got to take my shoes off to get comfortable.
Oh, my God. That's so funny. Take his shoes off. Oh, my God. That's funny. I guess it was 85 days of filming, man. 85 days. Yeah. That's what it said. That's a lot of days. That's almost 3 months.
3 months. Yeah.
That's crazy. Nice soundtrack for the movie, as you had mentioned.
Yeah.
Who ended up doing it? All the different... I can't remember all the songs, but...
Yeah, no,
all the
a
different,
lot of good songs. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good that way. Definitely. Very well done.
Very true. I'm trying to think what else we got.
Let me see here. Through a lot of it. It's we did a lot of it. It's very
he touched base. Yeah, we touched base on it. I thought there was a little nod to he does a Jamaican accent. I thought that was kind of funny.
You guys did you guys do that? You did that, right? Did you do that more? You did it.
Yeah, we did it. Yeah, we did a while. We did it a long time ago.
Cool Runnings, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I saw that movie. That's an excellent movie. That's based on a true story.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. That was
Jamaica Man. Oh my God.
That'd be one of our earlier episodes.
Yeah, like you said, I don't think you could have replaced John Candy in that movie.
I totally agree. 100%.
You know who you could have used if he was around? He wasn't even alive yet. You could have Farley would have played good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean a little crazier, but I think
Farley. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could use Farley in that.
I'm trying to think. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
Farley would have been good. He's another one that's he passed away. It's a shame. Let's see. Well, the final scene, of course, we're not there yet, but the final scene was pretty bad. What was a tearjerker when he's at the house?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He welcomes him in his house.
That was so nice. Everybody was.
That
was pretty cool. That's what though. To me it comes. I don't know about you because I don't know. No, it wouldn't probably pertain to you. But to me, you got to remember, I was single till I was like 30, and most of the times I went to Thanksgiving, if it wasn't my family, I was invited by friends.
Yeah.
So I went to a lot of houses with people I didn't even know. And it was such an honor to be there for them to invite me. So I know what it feels like. It's pretty cool. I wasn't alone. I mean, I could have went somewhere.
I got you.
But they invited me, and I told my brother, I said, no, I'm going to go with them. I go with you guys every year. And it's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling to be wanted by somebody that's not even your friends, but it's not your family. So I kind of know how he felt there, in a way.
Yeah, no, I know how you feel. Yeah.
But, let me see here. What else we got? But it's always a touching thing for me to watch in the end there. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. When I was like I was like, it's almost like I said, it's almost a tearjerker.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you know what I liked about the movie? It never
What?
stopped. It never stopped.
Yeah,
It was continuous, even with the little scenes. You know, he's eating in the restaurant with him and everything. My money's gone, remember? What do you think? I
Yep.
stole your money. Every part of it. You didn't go like this. You weren't falling asleep watching this. You weren't going to. I mean, they kept you in the movie.
the movie interested. Yeah,
I guess they said, I didn't put much down here for the things. I knew you were going to come up with some of them, but this one here, the exterior of the rental car was designed to resemble that of the Griswolds. I remember this. Station wagon from John Hughes' previous production. We forgot about that. He did National Lampoon's Vacation, too, on top of it.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I know. I did notice it. Again, there was a lot of like the house that he lives in was kind of like resembles the house from Home Alone.
It does. It does.
There was a lot of little like tie-ins, I guess, kind of to some of his other movies. Like it was hard to, like I said, there was so much on this.
Do you realize now I was reading something. It was in those trivia. I didn't put it down, but they paid $100,000 to build that house.
To make the house, yeah.
Yeah, and Paramount was not too happy about it.
No, that's a lot.
I don't know why you built the house for. Can't you just do a set? I guess that was a real house. I guess I don't know. I read about that. Yeah, I thought they would just use a set. And you do know the freeze frame of John Candy is very. They've done it before. In the end,
Uncle Buck is said, right?
Buck?
Or,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle Buck. I remember that. Yeah, that smile. That's what I remember him from. Is that smile he had? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
What are you gonna do? He should have took care of himself better. The poor guy. He'd still be around probably. But what are you gonna do? That life's tough. It's a tough life. It's not what it's all out. It's not what it's all out to make to be. We just watched Elvis again, the movie, and you watched that. I knew your mother loved Elvis.
Yeah.
And you watched that movie, and it's not. It's fun to watch, but it's sad.
It's sad.
It's sad
yeah,
because
you know the outcome. It's not a good outcome.
Yeah, it's sad. It's a shame.
They just made another. I think it's called Lisa Marie, the movie. That's coming out, I think, soon too.
Really? Because they got Priscilla that's coming out.
Oh, is that what it is? Maybe it's Priscilla.
Yeah, Priscilla. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming out 2024, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly
that'll be good to watch. Yeah, that'll be good to watch. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess Lisa Marie didn't really give him too much. Wasn't too thrilled of it because it makes Elvis look like a I don't want to say a womanizer or something like that. She wasn't too thrilled with the way it made her father look. But I mean,
so Lisa wasn't too happy with it, huh?
No. But I mean, that's just the way it was back then, right?
Yeah, that's the way it was. A lot.
We liked when women were young and.
It's different. You can get away. Yeah, back then though, it was a little different.
Get away with it.
Get away with it. Today you'd be in jail, but whatever.
Yeah, very true.
Neither here nor there. It's just I don't criticize anybody that way because I really don't. It's to me. No, I meant in those days.
What happened. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you can't. You could do that to everybody. What do you think? Sinatra and D. Martin, and all those are perfect people. I mean, come on.
They all had. Yeah, they all had.
Exactly. No doubt about it. But
yeah. I don't know. That's all I really got. I think we pretty much touched base on all of it.
We did. We did very well on that. Oh, one other thing is his wife in that, Layla Robbins. I was reading about it. She was 20 years younger than Steve Martin in that.
Really?
We're just talking about age. She was 20 years younger than him in that.
Has she been in anything? I mean, I kind of think I briefly looked on her IMDb. I didn't see much.
I was going to look. I was going to look, but I'm sure she has. I know the face.
Yeah.
What was that, 87, we said?
80, I think. 87, 88.
Yeah, so he's, that's 26 years ago, and Steve Martin is, 36 years ago. Steve Martin must have been like 40-something then.
Yeah.
Yeah, 47, almost 50. Yeah. He was old in that. So,
yeah, I know.
So she was like 30 in that. That's it.
Wow, right? Yeah.
Crazy. All right. So if you want, we can get to the ratings of this.
Yeah. I'll go first.
Okay.
I know IMDb gave it a 7.6.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, right.
That's pretty par on. Like I said, I think it was really. I think John Candy steals the movie. I think I would definitely watch it again next year.
No doubt about it.
The time was right. It was hour and a half. It was perfect.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with an 8. I'm gonna go with a flat 8. I think that's respectable.
Yep. Okay, that's fair enough. It's fair enough. I think it's better than a 7.6, no doubt about it. With me, John Candy was my favorite. Got to remember too. In '87, I was 26. When were you born?
You don't want to know. 89.
You weren't even alive yet. Come on.
Yeah.
But that's good. You enjoy this movie. I like that. That's good for you. It's good to see.
Well, it's tough again because some of these older movies they don't play too well for me. But this is definitely a movie I would watch.
Yes, right.
John Hughes.
I've seen them all. I'm telling you, man.
I would watch.
I love.
I would watch all of his movies. Doesn't matter. I feel like if he went through his list and be like, okay, I'd watch it. I would watch it right now. I'd watch it right now. You know what I mean?
If I was stuck in a house, had to watch 10 movies, I could watch all John Hughes's.
Yeah, absolutely.
I eat a lot of pizza and stuff too at the same time.
There you go. Oh yeah.
All right, so you gave it an even 8. Well, I'm going to give it a little higher only because I'm a big John Candy fan, and I really enjoyed it. I'll tell you, to be honest with you, I really wasn't a Steve Martin fan much at all. I love John Candy, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with an 8.4. I'll go for an 8.4 with that. Okay?
That's good.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that's for John Candy. Let's put it that way. God rest your soul, John.
Yes, sir.
And if his kids are watching, your dad was a great comedian.
So. Great guy. Yep. I mean, he was almost into Ghostbusters, right? Would have been.
Yes, you're right about that. Yeah, yep. All right.
But so there.
What's next on the agenda?
Next is Jingle All the Way.
Oh boy, I'll be watching that soon. I already have it set on there to watch it.
We actually watched it the other day, so I'm all set. We'll talk a little off air about what we're going to do. But that will Jingle All the Way be the next movie. We're going to do that, and then 4 other Christmas movies.
Right.
And then we'll take it from there. I don't know. We'll go back into sports movies or whatever.
We'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, sounds great. Anything else you want to talk and discuss?
No, that's it. Hope you feel better.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. I was going to show you I'm in her office, and I was going to show you the tree all done. Man, it's all decorated and everything, but
yeah,
I'll get you next week.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. That's the ball game.